Hello, welcome to this LeanFT lesson. In this lesson, you will learn what are various challenges and issues in LeanFT automation. So main challenge in the LeanFT is that it doesn't support third-party objects. So in the LeanFT, if you go to this engine and object identification settings, you will notice that objects have been already defined, standard objects in here. And if there are some objects, third-party objects, which LeanFT cannot identify, then automation becomes really difficult. So I will show you what standard objects are there. So in here, as you can see, for the web technology, they have defined all these objects, standard objects, and for say WPF, they have also defined standard objects. So for each technology, they have got some standard objects. And just imagine if developers or some new technology comes and they develop some custom controls which is not available in this list, then what will happen? LeanFT will fail to identify such objects, and how there will not be methods or anything that you can perform on such objects that LeanFT doesn't support. So how do you automate such objects? So for that, there is a concept called as native objects. So over here I have written this line of code, and for the object I have called this method get native object, and then invoke the method click. So you can also get the members of this native object using get member, so that if there is a third-party object, you can get all properties that are supported by that object, and then invoke one of them so that you can perform the operations. So that is how you can use the get native object to get the native object of such objects, and then so that is how you can use the get native object, which gives you access to the native properties and methods of such third-party objects, and then you can run the automation or the perform the operations on such third-party objects. Let's move on, and we have covered how to use get native object. Then let us talk about common issues. So sometimes you might get this error saying that fail to connect to LeanFT runtime engine on specific port. So this type of error comes when the engine is not running on the specific port. So make sure that your engine is running, LeanFT engine, on that particular port. Then another error that might come is please make sure that LeanFT SDK was properly initialized. This error also comes when you are trying to use the LeanFT classes and objects without initializing the SDK. So for that you have to initialize the SDK using sdk.init method. Then another issue comes when you try to open the IntelliJ and LeanFT engine is has got some problems. In that case, LeanFT ID, this ID doesn't open at all. So in such scenarios, you have to go to the process explorer, this task manager, and then kill that LeanFT particular process, and then start the IntelliJ. Then IntelliJ will start without any problems. Or you can also repair the LeanFT installation in such scenarios. And another errors might come like saying that replay object not found, not unique exception. So this comes when it finds multiple objects matching the description. So the object is not unique. So in that case you have to use the index or add more properties so that you can identify the object uniquely. And another very common exception comes saying that object not found. So make sure that your object is really available on the application, or use the correct properties to identify that object. So these are various challenges and issues that might be faced by the engineers while automating LeanFT tests. Thanks for watching this video.